Hey, we got Sammy B here and Danny Stone. A little different look for us. We are not in the studio tonight, but we wanted to make sure we got a recording for you. We got week one starting tomorrow, the Chiefs Lions, and we're going to talk about that. So, hi, Dan. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good, Sammy B. You're live here with Gem
City
City Sports.
Sports. Woo-hoo. Yeah, we
Ooh,
got to work on the
gotta get it
timing,
in.
but now you can see
Gotta get
both
it
our
in.
shining faces at once and better
Absolutely.
better camera angles here. So,
Thank you for
rocking the
hosting
Rams.
YouTube.
I got the grayed out Rams jersey. You got the Todd Gurley jersey, right?
Classic, just Todd Gurley. Yeah.
I
I need to
love
get
it.
more merch.
Nah,
Obviously, I've had this hat for like a long time.
no, that's all right. I love it though. It's looking a little
Appreciate
pointy, like a little cone head, but I love it.
It's pretty. It's a beat up hat.
Hey,
St. Louis's finest.
hey, Danny. Before we get into the picks, what are you looking forward to this season?
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the Rams do. I know that's a biased take, but I'm really curious to see as well. NFC rival, are the 49ers going to get over the hump, I guess, so to speak? Are they going to actually get to another Super Bowl, maybe win the Super Bowl? Can the
Hmm.
Chiefs defend their championship and repeat? Are the Eagles going to be as good? I'm excited to see it all. I've been waiting all year for the NFL to start again.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for. Honestly, I'm big on the Jets. So see, I think
Sure.
week one's gonna be big for us. Tom Brady went to a new team, won a Super Bowl. Matt Stafford, new team, won a Super Bowl. Why not Aaron Rodgers? So I'm excited for that. And if you listen to other videos, I've been really high on the Jets. Also, kind of see how Jordan Love does this season. I don't like the Packers, but I respect how they went from Favre to Rodgers. So it's like, will this be another good quarterback? And they just are always good. So
100%.
I'm definitely excited to it. So yeah, Dan, we'll hop right into it. We got Thursday night. We'll check over the little doodles here. We got Lions at Kansas City. Who are you taking for that one?
I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, but I said this the other day, David Montgomery for the first touchdown of the NFL season. I'm calling
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and the stream cut out. I think for my kick, I originally said Sky Moore, and this is days before the
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey injury news. And I know they're missing Chris Chandler or Chris Jones. So they're missing their best defender, the Chiefs, and
Yep.
possibly Kelsey.
Possibly Kelsey.
I'm still taking the Chiefs. I think they have a way to score points, and Mahomes will get it done. I really think they're gonna win at
I,
home.
I I do too, and I'll say this: even if the Lions come out and blow them out, I'm not going to buy into the stock of like, oh, the Chiefs are in for a down year. Like they're a fine team; they can have a bad game here or there. They're going to be there at the end of the year. I'd be shocked if they're not. And if the Lions can find a way to win the upset, I mean, Jared Goff, I believe, is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see if he
Yeah,
can. We'll see if he can win another one.
want to know. So who's your take? Because we're gonna do like a little office poll. And we'll see at the end of the season who's got the best record. So who's your take officially? Is it the Lions or the Chiefs?
Definitely the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay, okay. I'm gonna write that down so we know here. All right. Keeping with the 1 o'clock game starting on Sunday, we're gonna move over to San Francisco at Pittsburgh. Who you got here? And I should pull it up here. I know San Francisco is the favorite by a few points.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree with it. I'm going Pittsburgh as well. Looking at the matchups, I think I trust the Pittsburgh defensive line over the San Francisco offensive line of any other matchups. Last year, I did a couple notes. Steelers were 8-2 with T.J. Watt, 1-16 without him. I think he is
Okay.
the tremendous X factor. So I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I
I had
think
the,
he's the real deal.
I had
Yep.
the feeling we're going to agree on a lot of picks here, but we shall see.
We'll see. I mean, I could go Niners. I mean, I definitely could go the San Francisco 49ers, but I'm going to go with the Steelers. I'm just going to say that Mike Tomlinson coaches Kenny Pickett up. They do just enough to win that game, and the Niners usually start slow. I know they want to break that trend this year, I believe I read, but they
Mhm.
typically they kind of actually start slow, surprisingly.
No, I love it. I love it. Moving over to Tampa, Minnesota. If you've been listening, I'm all over Minnesota having a great season, winning the division.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna leave it there, Minnesota.
I will take Minnesota over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. Is that the Buccaneers?
Oh yeah, you like
Yeah,
that?
I do.
I forgot his name, Bucko Bryan, or I can't
That's
remember his
great.
name. So, all right, Jacksonville at Indy. Who you got here? Another easy one, right?
I mean, I think that's pretty easy. We'll go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, probably both of us. It's not controversial. I don't even really know that there's much to talk about for this game other than Jonathan Taylor's not playing. It's Anthony Richardson's first ever NFL game. And I just can't anticipate the Colts upsetting the Jaguars.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite matchup for the week in terms of betting. I already have money on Jacksonville -4.5. So if
I
all the
have a okay.
I
I have
say
a different one.
so yeah, of all the games, all the matchups, this is the one I feel most comfortable with. So I already put money in. Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville.
Well, I'll spoil it. I think Arizona Commanders is a really worthwhile I'm all over the Commanders
Yep.
for that game. I think
think so.
Arizona's. We'll see though, and I
Yep.
shouldn't get ahead of myself.
Yeah, we'll get
I'm
there. We'll get
picking
there.
Jacksonville.
And my thing is, I look at trends and stuff like that. So in this Jacksonville Colts matchup, the home team has won 11 straight. So I think it's going to be broken up here. I'm definitely taking Jacksonville.
That's interesting.
Stuff like that I like. So
Yeah.
yep.
We didn't really have much to say about the Vikings other than we just assume, I guess, Kirk Cousins will beat Baker Mayfield. We really didn't say anything, and that's okay.
Yeah,
We're
you're
both
right.
liking the
We jumped over that
It's
real
like, all right,
quick.
I guess it's the
Oops.
Vikings then. Very
It's
good.
like who they take? That was too quick. So thanks for going back on that.
Just wanted to touch on it.
Now we're gonna go down to the second row here. Titans underdogs to the Saints, who I've been really high on. Who you got here?
Yeah. I'll take the New Orleans Saints.
Mhm.
I want to throw this out there too. And maybe any NFL game, any of these teams, it's any given Sunday for a reason. So obviously, I'm not saying I'm a fortune teller, but I ultimately will go Saints. I think they're a more complete team than the Tennessee Titans are right now. Now, if DeAndre Hopkins comes in and plays like he did a few years ago, even parts of last season, maybe this Tennessee offense opens up completely and doesn't just have to rely on Derrick Henry the way that I think it has the last couple seasons, and maybe a healthy Tannehill. So I can give you reasons for Tennessee, but ultimately I'm going to pick the New Orleans Saints. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching these prior videos, I am all about the Saints. I have them, going 6th in their division, having the most wins.
6-0 in their you have them going
I don't know.
undefeated.
I said that before, and then I have them going
Wow.
over their total wins.
Yeah.
I have Chris Olave as my MVP, so I have a lot of high hopes
Yep.
for them. But you
I
know
like
what?
that take.
I can't go against Mike Vrabel as an underdog. I'm taking actually Tennessee. So it's our
Okay.
first disagreement. I'm taking Tennessee.
I love it. That should be a great game.
I think so too. I said Mike Vrabel thrives as an underdog. It's just
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I think he's a good coach. Great coach.
I'll start off this next one, Baltimore, Houston. I think Baltimore. I think it's going to be a conservative game in the sense that week 2 they played Cincinnati, so I don't
Yeah.
think they want to show off too much of what they have. I think it's going to be kind of like a vanilla, pretty basic game. Honestly, I think Baltimore's going to run away with it, but I think they're going to keep it pretty simple. What are you thinking?
I wouldn't even thought of that. So I think that's a really fun take as far as them kind of saving some things for a division opponent the week after. Yeah, I'm going to go Baltimore Ravens. I think Texans will be a competent team. I guess I believe in that coach from the 49ers, the former defensive coach. I think it's D'Amico Ryans. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But ultimately, yeah, Ravens. Yeah.
Perfect. And then this next one, you said you had something on the bet. I know it's
I'm not a betting
Washington's.
man.
Yeah.
I'm not a betting man, and maybe it's more just from a fantasy perspective. I'm hammering the Commanders' defense in any fantasy leagues that I'm playing. Not all of them per se, but a couple. And beyond that, I might eat my words. They're starting Josh Dobbs. The Arizona Cardinals are, I think. I think the Commanders are going to come out with Sam Howitzer Howell, and he is going to take care of business. And I think that's going to be that. Yeah, and we'll see.
Yeah, they're a 7-point favorite, Washington, that is. And
yeah,
if you remember, I said I think Arizona's going to be last team to win a game. I think they go winless for quite a while.
Yeah.
I
think it could be a blowout after halftime.
I think 7's a big number. I don't know. It's funny because I said I'm all over Jacksonville. Probably that spread's not bigger. So, all right, we'll keep it going.
The Colts might actually have a good defense.
Yeah, I don't know. They're missing a lot of players. It's just when you look at their offense, it's like, is anyone even good here anymore?
Anthony Richardson's going to be fun to watch. I mean, he's going to be. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it's going to be entertaining.
Though I have nothing to say about that Washington game. I do think Arizona's going to tank for the season. I mean, I do like their little icon here, little cactus with the cardinal. Love it. Love it. I love most of these. That's what we should have said. Which one's our favorite? Actually, one of my favorites is in this next matchup here. I like the Cleveland Dogs. So before I say who I'm thinking, Bengals and the Dogs, Cleveland Browns. Who are you liking to hear?
I got to take the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep. Why is that?
Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. I think they're going to come out cooking. They said Joe Burrow's good to go. His calf's okay. He's not like Cooper Kupp where he's seeing a specialist in Minnesota trying to figure it out. He's apparently good to go. And I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to light the Browns up. I don't know if Deshaun Watson's good. I hope, I say this with caution.
Yeah.
From an NFL standpoint, just from watching an NFL player, he was fun to watch when he was good. And now last year he really didn't look very good. And there's a lot of emotion surrounding him. And we'll see if he can overcome that.
Yeah, well, actually, this is the second time we disagree. I'm taking the Browns. I
Okay.
really am.
I love Nick Chubb.
As a Rams fan, San Francisco owns Sean McVay. So far, Joe Burrow is 1-4 against the Browns. He just can't
Okay.
beat them, and it's only a 2.5 point favorite for Cincy. I think it's too close, and I don't know. I think Nick Chubb's gonna have a good day. I think the Browns defense is pretty good. I'm trusting the defense most of all, so I'm taking Browns.
I'm gonna stick my foot in the sand on this one, but you're probably right.
I
Now that I
like it.
think
I
about it,
like
the
it.
Bengals probably start slow, and you're probably right. But I'm gonna keep my foot in the sand on
No,
this one.
I was like, this will probably be one we disagree on. I wasn't sure
Yeah,
how many we would disagree on, and I had a feeling that'd be it. So,
we might disagree on this next one.
you really think so?
I
Carolina,
do.
Atlanta?
Yeah,
I'm liking Atlanta. They have a strong
yeah,
offensive line. Carolina's got a rookie quarterback.
yeah.
I know Atlanta has a lot of extra hype, but I think it's just the way their coaches and GM runs. They've always had a strong offensive line, so I'm liking Atlanta.
I guess we're not disagreeing then. I'm
You really
taking the
think I was gonna take Carolina?
Yeah, yeah. I
Is
don't
it
mean to.
because I think Carolina's I think there's three logos I really like here.
Sorry to be
Cleveland,
anticlimactic. I know we got a
Carolina.
lot of fans tuning in, and I apologize for being so anticlimactic, but I guess we're
You built it
agreeing.
up. I was so excited to say we
I
have three disagreements. So
I like all these logos.
I love them all too. There's a couple I like
Cute.
the most.
They're
Well, I'm
cute.
gonna have a feeling we don't disagree on this next one. Eagles, Patriots. I'm taking
Yeah.
Philly all day.
I am taking the Philadelphia Eagles as well.
Mhm. I,
I think they're the best team in the NFC. I'm saying it
mhm.
again, and I'll keep saying it until I'm proven otherwise.
And I forgot to mention this is good. Now we're switching to the 4 o'clock games. That's a 4 o'clock game, the Philly New England game, and
Mhm.
Philly is only a 4 point favorite. Are you surprised it's so low?
Well, I think people think with Bill O'Brien, this Patriots like Patriots always have a good defense. Is at least my idea. Not my sorry, not my idea, but I think that's my conception. I think a lot of people say the Patriots have a really good defense. So
Hmm.
yeah, I guess I'm not too terribly shocked. I mean, it's week one in the NFL. Teams are probably going to play a little sloppy.
Yeah.
They're going to take a little while to get going. But I tell you what, I mean, it wouldn't be terribly shocking if Jalen Hurts comes out picking up where he left off and he's like, I never got to do that drive that I wanted to do in that Super Bowl. And I'm
Oh
just going
yeah.
to take it out on New England and just drive after drive after drive. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely like Philly, but I mean, I think it's so low because of the Bill Belichick effect. That's why I think it's so close, to be honest. So
I agree. And I'm not much of a betting man, and 4 points. It really could go either way. I mean, I could see them winning. I could see that going either way.
mhm. All right, this next one, a lot of division matchups. Week one, Oakland,
Actually,
sorry,
check that.
Vegas.
I think the
Yeah.
Eagles are going to win by 2 scores. That doesn't
Okay.
seem by yeah, that doesn't seem ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna. Yeah, I don't.
What, they can't kick 2 field goals and pull ahead and win the game by 6 or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, now
I'm
we
sure
got
Vegas knows something I don't. Speaking of Vegas.
that's a funny thing because yeah, you look at the numbers. That's like with Jacksonville. I don't want to backtrack too far. I'm like, how is it only 4.5? They got to know something. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, Vegas. I keep calling them Oakland. This is my third favorite logo. Well, top three. I love this
it's good.
Vegas logo. In Denver, the new Sean Payton Broncos. Who are you feeling here?
I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders, and I think I'm going to ride the Raiders until Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt. I think he's a winning quarterback. He just gets hurt all the time.
All right, that's my third disagreement. I like Denver so much better.
Wow.
I
Okay.
think it's because okay, outside of Max Crosby, I can't tell you another starter on that defense.
Don't need to.
You don't
You
think so?
do not need to. No.
I heard I forgot where I heard it. They said if you take out Max Crosby, the other 10 guys probably can't even start on another NFL team. I guess they're not
Well,
even.
that's fine. The
That's better.
Rams
They're better
had
than me.
that with Aaron Donald for a long time when they were
Hmm.
like going through the wasteland years, as I like to call them. I
And
mean,
that's
their defense wasn't the problem. They had no offense. The Raiders should have an offense. Max Crosby can take a game over.
no.
Whatever. I'm going Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, I like
Lock it
Jimmy.
in.
I like Jimmy G. I like it. I like it. So our
You
third
apparently like Russell
disagreement.
Wilson more.
That's also a 4 point spread. So a lot of close spreads starting off
Week
this one.
one.
We'll move over to the next one. I'm surprised the spread is what it is. I can see it moving. Rams playing Seattle. Seattle is -5.5.
Yeah.
Let's cover the logo. I'm sorry, I gotta take Seattle. If you
Yeah.
heard me, I'm feeling Geno. I'm feeling Seattle. I think I can see them winning the division. That was my division winner. Is say Seattle. I think they come off strong. The Rams missing Cooper Cup. I just don't think they can do much.
I don't know if I'm breaking the rules doing this because I do think Seattle's going to win.
Hmm.
but I'm picking the Rams for our purposes. Mark it down. I'm picking the Rams.
Mine, yeah, I'll put the Rams. I'll be happy with an upset. I'll be happy if you win
I
more than me, just because of
there
that Rams.
McVay is going to come out swinging. They got no Cooper Cup, no problem. They are going
I
to come out swinging with whatever. As
I can
McVay
see
likes to say, they're going to let it all hang out, and they're going to come out. Yeah, goodness gracious. If a smart person would definitely take the Seahawks.
so you're no, I love it. I love it, man. This next one, Green Bay, another division versus Chicago. The spread has moved, so now Chicago is only favored by 1.5. Who you got in this game?
You're turning me on Green Bay because I was arguing with you, not arguing, but I just wasn't a believer. But you're making me wonder about Green Bay. You know what? I think the era of I own you is over. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears.
The reason why I wanted you to go first on this one is because I didn't want to change your mind because I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah,
I think they still have two good running backs.
hmm
Aaron Jones and
Dylan.
Dylan. I can't remember his name. And I just like what did Chicago do this offseason to gain all this hype? I think Green Bay's taking a step back for sure without Rodgers, but that defense is really good. So how is I don't see Justin Fields scoring doing much against that defense. I really
That's
don't.
fair. I think some of it is the preseason hype because they had the DJ Moore and the Khalil Herbert long touchdowns, but it's only
Hmm.
preseason. But I'll say this, I mean, Justin Fields was a lot of fun to watch last year, and I think that's a big part of it. I mean, the way that he was, I mean, goodness, it was really exciting. He could make a play happen on his own, and I think them adding DJ Moore is a big deal. I think
Yeah,
this is going to be a
that
much improved Chicago Bears team. I don't know how many more games they win than last year. Would they win
mm,
3 games last year? They could win five, six,
I think
7 games.
they were the worst team. They're the number
Yeah,
one pick because
yeah,
that's how they got DJ Moore in the trade. Um,
yeah. You're right.
So I mean, I don't know, and I'm thinking, like I mentioned earlier, I'm looking forward to see what Jordan Love does because Green
Yeah,
Bay just goes from quarterback to quarterback, kind of unfair.
100%.
All
Okay.
right, next Chargers Dolphins. If you've been listening to me, I've been selling myself like selling the Chargers. I'm not buying them anymore. I'm taking the Dolphins, who are actually a 3-point underdog. So I'm taking the Dolphins here.
Mike McDaniels, I saw, I think it was on Sports Illustrated, one of the articles I was reading, but it was a GIF from a press conference, and Mike McDaniels was basically like, they're like, "What do you think of Brandon Staley's system?" And Mike McDaniels he literally laughs. He goes, "Brandon Staley's system." Like, it was like, he's such an interesting coach. I think he probably is the Chargers fired up with that comment, but I'm taking the Miami Dolphins. It's unfortunate that Jalen
Hmm.
Ramsey hurt his knee. I think that really changes their defense, but
Hmm.
I do still think with Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle, that team is a problem.
No, okay, so we agree there with Miami.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Miami's gonna go under their win total, but I think I'm just so not feeling the Chargers this year. So,
We'll see.
um,
I think the Chargers, if they come out and play like they did in that first half against the Jaguars in the playoff game, and I know they imploded, but man,
yeah,
if they can come out and just play complete games, the Chargers are a good team. I just feel like in the last 10 years, maybe longer, they don't play complete games. I can't
yeah,
explain it.
and I can't believe.
When
Well,
they matter most, I
yeah.
should add.
Okay, you can see the logos, right? You see who's playing next. We got Dallas and the Giants. I still can't believe you couldn't figure out Tampa Bay with that Bucko Bruce.
I knew who it was. I just was
All right.
confirming.
Just give
I
me a
knew
hard
who.
time.
I mean, I said, you
This is a
little guy.
X fan. All right, this is a cute little logo, the cowboy hat.
They are
All
cute.
right,
They're little
Sunday
dudes.
night in New York
I'm
or
going with
New
the Dallas
Jersey.
Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, the additions of Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore make this team a better team than they were last year. I don't think enough to actually push the Eagles or the 49ers, but I think the Cowboys will beat the New York Football Giants on
No, no, no.
Sunday.
Give me the New York Football Giants. I'm
Daniel
taking them.
Jones, you're crazy. I
Yeah.
respect you.
So I like said I like looking at trends and stats. This is not my research. This is from a Simon Hunter. Division home dogs are 7-0 against the spread since 2018 and 15-2 going back to 2012. And they're only a 3.5 underdog, which is like one possession.
Trends
Um,
are made to be broken.
all right. Maybe, but I feel like looking at the offseason moves, I think the Giants did a little more. So
Nah,
I'm taking the Giants.
you're crazy.
I like to be crazy. So I guess we're disagreeing on more games than I thought we would. So
Yeah.
And then surprisingly, so I know this year's gonna be different for the Giants and Jets. They're gonna put their logo in the middle. Um, Used to be the NFL shield,
Oh.
which to me is surprising because you go from Sunday night the Giants to Sunday night to the Jets. So that means they have to quickly change the field. So something to
Hmm.
look at. So that takes us to our last game, Monday night. Good matchup here, Buffalo at the Jets.
Maybe them quickly changing the field leaves the conditions rough, and Josh Allen's having a hard time finding running
Mhm.
room. That's interesting. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills, though. I
Yeah,
think that the
I
New
thought
York
you
Jets
could.
are going to be a good team, playoff team. I think somehow, some way, Josh Allen wills his team to a Monday night win, leads his team to back Week 1 primetime wins. Last year, he beats the Rams in primetime Thursday night opening game of the season.
Hmm.
This year, I think he closes it out with a win, only continuing to show that when healthy, he's an absolute dominant top 5 quarterback in the NFL, I think.
Yeah, and if you look at the Bills' schedule, most of their games are at 4 p.m. or primetime games. They don't have any 1 p.m. games, so this is a good one for them.
Yeah.
I
He
really want,
outduels Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying it.
I really want to take the Bills. I don't like going against the money. I just wrote it down. 82% of the money is on the Bills to cover the spread, 2.5.
Mhm.
63% of the tickets are on Bill. Money is on the Bills money line, so the money is all on the Bills. But I've been hyping up Aaron Rodgers. All my Bills friends are mad at me. I want to take the Bills,
Jets are going to be really good. They're
kind
going
of,
to
kind
be
of like,
really
kind
good.
of like you with the Rams pick. You want to take Seattle, but you're taking the
Yeah,
Rams. It's like
I
I
am
want to take Buffalo. I really do, but I've been
taking the
talking up
Jets.
Rodgers. I have the Jets in my Super Bowl, so
Mhm.
this is like a. I know it's only week 1, but I need Rodgers to show me that I'm not wrong for picking him to go to the Super Bowl.
It's not the same as, but I have a ton of Jets players on a few of my fantasy
Mhm.
rosters. I believe in this team. I think they're a very good team.
I
I'm
do.
taking Buffalo for that game.
I want to take Buffalo, but I said I'm going to stick with the Jets to see. And looking
Yeah.
at the numbers, we actually disagree on 7 games. So this
Yeah.
should be interesting to see here.
Mhm.
For a little tiebreaker, because when people do office polls and they pick winners, they pick what's the total points from the Monday night game. Do
Can I take the Lions? I think I want to change my
you want
first
to change
pick,
the
by the way.
lines?
I
Yeah.
didn't want
So
to go
that
back to
means we would disagree on
I do.
8, which is exactly half the games.
I've been debating myself the whole time we've been talking, and I've talked myself into taking the Lions.
All right.
Yep.
So we disagree on 8 games. So this should be
Mhm.
fun. So for a tiebreaker, like I said, when people do office polls and they pick winning games, they usually give a total point value for the Monday night game. Um, I'll go ahead. I can start. Give you some time to think about it. I have the total for both teams combined at 44 points. You think that's low?
For one of
You
these
think?
games,
No, no, no. For Monday night.
for Monday night's game, you think it's 44 points total scored?
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know if you ever done those office. You know what I'm talking about, those office polls?
I mean, I am a tax-paying citizen. I'll tell you this. I I I don't disagree with you. Do you want me to disagree with you? Should I say no? I
Oh,
think they're
what I'm saying is
correct.
like what it is like with these office polls
I
usually
could see
like
the Bills winning 24-20.
mhm.
That's 44 points.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have a kind of a score. Like, what is like these office polls? Like I did one last year. It was like a $5 every week. Whoever gets the most right wins. And then for the tiebreaker, it's always Monday night total score. So it's
Okay.
always total score the Monday night.
Well, what if we
Last year,
agree on the total score?
yeah, well, Rams 0 points.
Yeah, we can. If you want to take that, I'll say the Rams score at least 3 points.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So no, it's just a
Uh,
little tiebreaker because I know
all
if
right.
anyone's watching this for advice on who they're thinking, I'm
How
going
about I
44
take
points.
45 points? I'll take 45
Ooh, okay.
points.
R.I.P.
You
Bob
take
Barker, right?
44, I'll take 40. Or should I take 44 and a half?
No, you can't do that because there's no half points. They ain't doing that. No, it's just closest to the number. Because I think last year I was within like 3, 4 points most of the weeks I answered.
I'm gonna go above you. I'm gonna take 45.
Okay, okay.
I probably should take 43, but I think it's gonna be a scorcher. Garrett Wilson, Stephon Diggs. I think it's gonna be a scorcher.
No, perfect. I like it. So
Yeah.
like I said, that was a good recap. We disagree on 8 of them. I really believe in the Jacksonville covering that 4.5 point spread.
Sure.
I don't believe in Arizona. I drafted the Washington defense for that reason. I'm
Yep.
going against Arizona any week I can.
Yep.
So I might
Until
drop.
proven otherwise, I think
Yeah.
they're gonna be respectfully, because I know there's a lot of professionals on that team. I think they're gonna end for a long year.
respectfully. So
You know they'll beat the Rams at least once this season, though. You
all I
know it.
know is I'm excited to see what we got right and what we got wrong. And I mean, week one or tomorrow's week fun game for sure. So any
Yep.
closing remarks, Danny Stone?
No, thanks for having me. Thanks YouTube. Shout out YouTube for hosting. We appreciate it. And we're just
Yeah.
I think I speak for everybody who's an NFL fan. It's so exciting. Tomorrow's going to be great. And that first Sunday, the full slate of games here in the Magic Red Zone words or whatever you watch it on, we're
Hmm.
in for a really fun filled weekend. Let's hope everybody stays as healthy as they can in a very violent game.
I was gonna say, backtracking, you mentioned your first touchdown pick, David Montgomery. I kind of
Yep.
like that idea. Maybe every Thursday when we do these recordings, give out who we think will be a score first touchdown. And a lot of
Yeah.
times, the prime time, it's not always the heavy favorite.
No.
So you take David Montgomery. I do think he's going to score. I really think he's going to get because without Chris Jones, I think that backup for Chris Jones is also hurt. So
Mhm.
I think the interior line is weak for the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes and Andrew Reid is going to be too much for the Lions. I mean,
Maybe Goff flips it to Amon-Ra St. Brown or something like that, but
that could be going.
I'm taking David Montgomery for the first. We got to take a stand on something. I'm saying
Yeah, I
David
said I took
Montgomery.
Sky Moore, and I made that pick last week. I'll stick with it.
Mhm.
So
Okay, I think that's bold. I'm
yeah.
really curious to see what the offense looks like for Kansas City, if Kelsey plays or not. How much is he going to play, et
Mhm.
cetera, et cetera. I'm curious to see both teams, all the teams.
Yeah, I'm excited. So nah, that was our week one, and we'll probably do a little recap video, and then also talk about week two picks next week. So thanks
We'll
for
try to
tuning
cut it
in,
up
and
into shorts too for our real
ah,
fans.
oh yeah,
Nobody
especially in
watches
our
the whole. Our real
disagreements.
fans, they don't have time.
Yeah, that's right.
We
So,
get it. We respect it.
well, thanks for tuning in. Comment what you think of our picks, which ones you hate, which ones you like, and tell us your thoughts. So this was Sammy B and Danny Stone with Gem
Gem
City
City Sports. Are you
Sports.
ready for some football?